Hello everyone. This is a presentation brought to you by Counseling and Psychological Services. My name is Brian Sneed. I'm one of the counselors here at CAPS, and we're going to go over a quick 2 to 5 minute meditation exercise that we call the Meditation of One. Now, the Meditation of One is a short-term, kind of in-the-moment meditation exercise to help an individual kind of clear their mind. This particular meditation exercise is designed for individuals that might have a little bit of a difficulty clearing their mind without a little bit of additional help, and that's what this meditation exercise is designed to do. Um, it's really kind of designed to help someone to de-stress, to refocus, or kind of center themselves quickly. So that's what we're going to be learning to do today. Now, this meditation exercise can pretty much be done anywhere at pretty much any time. Um, you know, it's really designed to help you if you just need a moment to relax or to refocus. It's really helpful when you're taking a test. Sometimes when you take a test, you get a little bit anxious. You start reading a question, and all of a sudden you recognize, wow, I'm reading this question over and over again, and I really just don't get what it's saying. It's usually because you're a bit stressed. Sometimes it's better to take a couple of minutes and do a relaxations exercise like the meditation of one than trying to push through it. And so really it could save you time to take a couple of minutes to refocus, to clear your mind, and then you might find that you can kind of move through the test more relaxed and do a lot better. Sometimes just after a stressful situation, like maybe an argument or just an experience that you had where you're feeling a bit overwhelmed, but don't really have the time to do something for like 20-30 minutes or something like that, but just need a couple of moments to recenter yourself. It's really helpful then. And then also, just before you're engaging in some kind of stressful event, like maybe you're going to be giving a classroom presentation or a speech, or just before you take a test, just kind of put yourself in more of a relaxed state. Kind of as I've mentioned before, this can pretty much be done almost anywhere. There's only two main things that you really need. One is a quiet place that's kind of free from just some distractions. It doesn't have to be silent. You don't have to be by yourself. But it really is helpful if there are minimal distractions and it's pretty quiet. Okay, let's get into how we do the meditation of one. First thing you want to do is find yourself that quiet location that has minimal distractions. Get yourself comfortable. Now this can be done sitting down, sitting up, laying down. Really, the only thing is, find yourself a comfortable position to be in. Start by closing your eyes and go ahead and take a deep breath through your nose and then exhale slowly through your mouth. And that's how we're going to get started with this. And then what we're going to want to do is try and clear your mind. Now here's where the number one comes in of the meditation of one. Lots of times people have a difficult time really kind of clearing their mind without a little bit of help. To be honest with you, if you could actually clear your mind for a good 5 minutes, that would be amazing. I mean, you could teach this stuff if that's something that you can do. Typically, the normal human being has many, many thoughts per minute, and we have a tendency to have a hard time just keeping our mind clear. So when we think about something that is neutral, like the number one, if we're focusing on that particular thing, then it becomes easier to keep your mind clear when you have something to focus on. Now, a lot of people, when they meditate, they might think about, an image that they want to focus on, like maybe sitting underneath a tree with a gentle breeze. And, that's fine and that can work, but, sometimes we're a bit creative and sometimes the wind starts blowing a little bit harder, and then all of a sudden it's starting to rain under that tree, and all of a sudden lightning starts hitting, and, we can really take this to some extremes. And so it's better, rather than to create an image like that that's a little bit more complicated, to keep it simple and think about something that's relatively neutral, like the number 1. And so what you want to do is just focus on the number 1. And you can do this just by thinking about the number 1 every couple of seconds or whichever, and just go like that. So for example, just gonna kind of show you. So I close my eyes, I take my deep breath in and out, and then I think 1, just in my mind. 1. Now, there might be a chance that you could get distracted a little bit. You might be thinking about your 1, and then all of a sudden you start thinking about a class assignment that you have, or about a conversation that you had in the past. You know what? That's fine. That's normal. We're human beings. We have a lot of thoughts going in our mind. What we want to do is, when we find that we're distracted, we just want to kind of forgive ourselves and just recommit to thinking about 1. So for example, I'm thinking about 1. 1. Oh, did I remember to do that test, or prepare for that test, or do that homework assignment? I can't remember if I. Okay, just a second. What I really want to do right now is just think about 1. It's okay that I got distracted, but I really want to think about 1. 1. So that's kind of an example. We don't want to get too caught up on recognizing that we've let our mind wander. That's fine. That's kind of human. That's normal. You'll find sometimes where you can focus on the 1 for an extended period of time. Sometimes we can't and we get distracted a bit. It's okay. We just want to get back to the 1. And the idea of this is that, we have a tendency to get distracted a lot when we're trying to clear our mind. But if we can stay with thinking about that 1, let's say in 5 minutes, we were able to spend 2 or 3 minutes focusing on the 1, and the other couple of minutes we were distracted, that's still a good 2 or 3 minutes that we're focused and we have our mind clear. And that's all we really need to kind of refocus, to re-engage, and everything. And so really that concentrating on 1 will give us a longer period of time of having a kind of clear mind. And so that's the whole idea of the meditation of 1, is we have that 1 kind of thing that we focus on, that kind of filters everything else out for a period of time, which can really help us to relax, refocus, to meditate. Once you're done, after a couple of minutes or so, then what you want to do is you want to kind of end the session kind of like how you started it. So you want to go ahead and take a deep breath through your nose, breathe slowly through your mouth, and then go ahead and open your eyes and go back to your regular day. That's kind of how meditation of 1 works. We find a good location, we get ourselves comfortable, close our eyes, deep breath in, slow breath out, concentrate on the number 1. Remember, if we get distracted, it's not big of a deal. We just remember, okay, what I want to do right now is just think about 1. We do that for about 5 minutes. That'll give us a good 2 to 3 minutes of actually clearing our minds. And then we end by taking the deep breath in, deep breath out, open our eyes, and we move on with our day. Okay, so the big question is, why do we do this? Well, you know what? Experiencing stress is just an everyday part of life. Okay, it's really very difficult that we don't experience some kind of stressful event. And most of the time, we can just take it in stride. We don't need to do things like this. Usually, we just know how to deal with our stress. But there are certain times when stressors get more intense, or some days when we have a number of stressful events, and it kind of builds over time. And so taking a couple of minutes to just kind of relax and to refocus on the day, and maybe to let go of some of those things, can be quite helpful. So the times in which you're just about ready to take a test, can it hurt to take a couple of minutes just to kind of refocus and kind of clear your mind, or like when you're taking a test or you're doing something difficult or whatever and you're starting to feel overwhelmed, just take a couple of minutes and do this little exercise and get you kind of refocused, recentered. Sometimes after an argument or a difficult conversation, rather than just kind of perseverating that over that the whole day, maybe do a refocusing exercise like the meditation of one to kind of just help you clear your mind from that and then be able to focus on other things. So there's a lot of reasons why the meditation of one can be helpful, and particularly because lots of times as students we don't have a whole heck of a lot of time. So having something like this meditation of one can really help in those moments where you only have a few minutes to really refocus and recenter yourself. So that's the presentation, and that's the meditation of one. I hope that this meditation exercise can really help you out, throughout the day or for tests or other kinds of, activities throughout the day that you need to kind of refocus or recenter yourself. Again, this is a presentation by Counseling and Psychological Services. Just a little bit about what we do. We provide all sorts of different kinds of services to our UTEP students. We have individual and group counseling. We have career counseling for students that might want to learn more about what kind of major they want to go into or what kind of career that they want to go into. We also have a series of workshops similar to these kinds of things that we're doing in these video presentations, only live, to teach you about skill building for academics or personal edification, lots of different things that we present on. Go to our website and find out what we're presenting on and maybe participate in one of our live presentations. We also have a number of these kinds of presentations that you can watch at your leisure as well. We also do testing for individuals that might think that they have ADHD or a learning disability and are looking for accommodations from the university. We can do those kinds of testing as well. A whole host of different things. If you want to find out more about all the services that we do provide, please go to our website at www.utep.edu/counsel to learn more about the services that we provide here at CAPS. If you'd like to make an appointment, with a counselor and talk about any kind of issue that you have, remember our sessions are confidential. All you need to do is just come over to the counseling center during our regular business hours. We'll have you fill out some paperwork and then we can get you set up to meet with a counselor. Again, if you have any other questions or concerns, please call us at 915-747-5302. And our office is located in the Union West Building, room 202. I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and I hope you have a great day.